All right, it's Tawnya Love. I'm back for part 2. I decided to title this podcast, these 2 episodes, Creating Healthy Foundations. And so the first part, if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. It'll all make a lot more sense. But I kind of woke up with this awareness to speak on the importance of how to read the signs when you're early into meeting someone, on if that opportunity is something that's going to be built on love and trust and a healthy foundation of friendship, and as opposed to when someone comes in hot and heavy and quick and passionate and they just want to hook up with you because they want to manipulate you. I'll give you a list of some of the things. When someone comes in really hot, quick, and heavy, and they don't want you to have time to think about what's going on, but they want to stroke your ego and get you to feel like, oh, I'm choosing you. I think you're so hot, you're so sexy, and so I'm going to come in really passionate, is typically that person. There's a few things that could be going on. They want to somehow manipulate you. They want to just have sex with you and then move on to someone else. They're just looking for someone to plug into. They also could be someone that is looking for a place to live, like a hobosexual, like they know they don't have a good setup or they have financial issues. So they're trying to come in hot towards you so that you'll let your guard down. You'll emotionally and chemically bond with them. And then you'll let them come into your world and then let them start bossing you around and taking from you and controlling you. So again, manipulation. They want financial gain. They're trying to come in to actually take from you. They have some kind of financial plan to steal from you in some way. Some people could be doing it as games. So we'll get into the topic I also want to touch upon is people that are operating in these dark, shadowy groups that think they're powerful. They're in covens, cults, little witches and warlocks that like to think that they have more power over other people. So they want to go in and try to do sacrificial things. They want to destiny swap with people. They want to try to take your destiny, take your wealth, take your beauty, siphon your actual life force from you. And this is something that is so disgusting. Like, I almost don't even want to talk about it, but because I have been made aware that this is what some people have even attempted to do and were doing towards me, and I know that this has happened to other people and really fucked with their life, I feel like this is so important to talk about. And I trust, again, that those who need this message will be drawn here, including those who are doing this shit. So any of the little stalker, hater, spies that are spying on my progress and want to come in and just get the updates so they can sit around and talk shit or plot and plan their bullshit darkness, this message is also for you, and you might want to listen closely, because I am telling you what I have observed is that I move with honor. I move pure-heartedly. When I love someone, I really love them. I love them with everything I am. I am loyal to them. I am focused on what's best for me, what's best for them. I'm a giver. I'm a lover. I will massage them. If their heart's having issues, I will send healing to their heart. Like, I love and I really have good intentions for people in general, but people that I'm in a relationship with, I'm going to love on you. I'm going to make you good food. I'm going to pamper you as well. And I'm going to also want you to be loving to me and want you to pamper me and want you to want to heal me. Like, I like reciprocity. That's something that I feel is so absolutely vital to a healthy, fulfilling relationship. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're, as a woman, doing that, because again, I'm going to speak as a woman, because that's what I fucking am, and I love being a woman. And God bless the women, because we're amazing. And women we have so much. When we're aligned, we're amazing women, and we are givers and nurturers and creative alchemists. We beautify everything. I know for myself, I want anything you give me, I will leave it better. I will make it more beautiful. I will make the food taste better. I will make your body feel better. Everything in me is about pouring in love and making the world better. This podcast to help the world be better. That's who I am. That's my frequency. That is my soul signature. And I align with that. Now, broken toxic women or broken toxic boys, men or women, either one, if they're broken and toxic, they do not make the world better. They are not nurturing. They are not caring. They are not safe. They are not supportive. They are not going to pour into you and heal you. They want to come in and they want to take from you. They want to take your beauty. They want to take your fame. They want to take your money. They want to take everything from you because they're jealous, they're corrupt, they're insecure, they're weak, and they're cowardly. And so they'll come in sneaky, snaky little ways to try to take from really good people. And good intentional people, and this is why this message is just so fucking important to my empathic community, because as an empath, a lot of us, we became empaths because we were in really toxic childhood situations. So all of the shit we walked on eggshells to survive, it caused us to have this like hypervigilance, like this hypersensitivity to the environment around us. It caused us to be so quick and aware of pattern recognition because we were not safe. So it created us almost like spiritual soldiers that were born and created from the fire and the toxic hell that many of us were born into. And so it's kind of like being like in the movie Cinderella, like where she starts to recognize the pattern recognition and she starts to do what she can to be safe, and she's people pleasing to be safe, but she's seeing the pattern. She's recognizing things. And when her moment of ascension comes, she takes it. She wants out of there, but she is loving. She even sees like, man, I don't understand these people, like why they're so evil, but at the deepest place, I really wish they wouldn't be. And so maybe if I make them a cup of tea, they'll be nice to me. You know what I mean? So there's like that part in an empath where a lot of us were born and we were like forged in the fire, right? We were forged from darkness. And so my light, I came in an earth angel. I came in knowing I wasn't from around here. As a child, I came in with a lot of memory and knowing of who I was and what felt weird about this, not only this planet, but the people that I dropped in on and how toxic and broken they were. And so when you've been born into that kind of an environment, you often are conditioned and programmed in that, what I call that Cinderella energy, where you're programmed to be a people-pleasing little bitch. You're programmed to be the doormat. You're programmed to take the hits and to see that as something that just is a normal part of your survival. As we evolve and we become adults, and when we're healthy adults, we are seeking the solutions. We're seeking healing, and that's going to come at the pace it comes for. Like, I'm not going to judge myself that I didn't know at 22 years of age what I know today, because the journey is what it took to get here. And so what I know today is very important for me where I'm at today. So no matter how old you are when you're hearing this message, this is a timeless message. It will be relevant throughout the tests of time. It will pertain to life, because what I'm talking about is so vitally important to your soul's alignment that this message will never be outdated. So when you're going through those things and you're an empathic human and you're around toxic people, first of all, our brains don't even understand what that is, because a healthy, aligned, honoring, empathic soul, we're lovers, we're caring, nurturing people. And that's why narcissists and toxic psychopaths and sociopaths, they love to find the empaths, because empaths are so loving. They're so giving. They're so forgiving. They're so accepting, right? And so they're looking for you while you're calling in the love of your life, while you might be calling in your soulmate, your twin flame, whatever the titles are. You're wanting love, because deep down You want to experience something that you have not yet experienced. You want to experience like that song that I don't feel like I've ever been loved by a hand that's touched me. That song used to make me sob because it was so accurate. When I was, I want to say I heard that song even in my 30s, and it really got to me because I felt like my whole life people had been touching me, but they weren't loving me. They weren't honoring me. They were taking from me. And because that, like I said, that was normalcy, the comfortably uncomfortable for so long, it took the time it took for me to recognize, you know what, this is fucked up. And I do not deserve this. I deserve to be touched by hands, only hands, that fucking love, adore, respect, cherish, and protect me. And so if that means you're single, so be it. If that means you have to be single for however long it takes until you are at a frequency and with the self-awareness to pass your initiations and tests, to master yourself so that you will only allow in a person who's actually going to show you love and honor. And don't judge yourself if you gave someone a chance and they failed. That was not your problem. That's the test they failed. But do take your time. And that's why the first half of this podcast is so important. And I really encourage you to listen to both parts, because it's so important that we take our time in getting to know people and that we really watch and observe people. Observe, like, if they lie about little things, make sure they're being honest to you. Do you feel in your nervous system when you're around them? Do you feel safe? If you're sitting next to someone like me, I am so sensitive to energy. If I feel like I'm crawling out of my skin sitting next to someone, that's all I need. I don't even need to talk to them further. I don't need to keep having talks. Now, in the past, and this was not it was not that far away, distant past, I felt that and I was like, what is going on? What is this energy? And I had a lot of tests and a lot of energies in my world that I can clearly see Source God has been so helping me purge and clear so much shit, so much heavy energy from many people that were in my world that were taking from me, that were literally siphoning my energy. And man, that can be confronting, but don't be afraid to see it, because once you see it, you can set yourself free and make sure that that shit never happens anymore. So the message here is so important that we take our time with getting to know someone so that we know what their intentions are, so that, I have hiccups, so that we can create that healthy foundation that's built upon trust and friendship and genuine connection. You guys probably hear me drinking because my mic's right next to my throat, but I needed a sip of water. And so it's so important that we take our time on that. Now, when I get to the black magic part, this part might be really freaky to some of you if you've never experienced this, or maybe you feel you have, but you've never known what it was. And for some of you, if you've been through it, you'll know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. And it might even bring up some triggers, or it might just help you feel like, oh God, this is such a great reminder. Thank you, Tawnya. But I feel guided to speak on this because there are humans that are in dark little cults that are very, like, if you saw the new movie Mandalorian and Grogu, which was such a good movie, I really enjoyed that movie. And when it shows it's like, if you remember Jabba the Hutt, and they show the other Hutts, they're like the twins, it's like this couple, and they portray them so accurately of what I see people that are in like these sex cults and like covens. They're very slimy little slugs. Like, they're genuinely trying to scare everyone around them. They want everyone to serve them. They want to lay around and just be served. And they're very like low energy, lustful, gluttonous energies. And they genuinely just want to take from others. They want to trap their energy and take from it. Kind of like, think of Ursula the Sea Witch. And if people tell you that Ursula is their favorite character in a Disney movie, stay away from them because they're really letting you know. I've had some really toxic motherfuckers in my past that were fake friends that said that was their favorite Disney character. Oh my gosh, so symbolic. But energetically, when we're around energies like that, they're coming in to take from you. They want to plug in some dark, and I don't even want to give them the honor, to be honest, of calling them a witch or a warlock, but they think they're witches and warlocks. They think they're powerful. And so they want to go and they want to do these little spells on you. They want to plug in and like sexually plug into you so they can take from your root chakra. They want to siphon energy from your root, from your abundance, and from your sacral chakra and the energy center of your creativity. And they want to take from you and siphon from you and put little black magic spells on you so they can control you and they can use you like a battery. They can use you like a fucking battery that makes them glow up, makes them feel better, while you just slowly and weirdly start to feel worse. While you start to feel more anxious, you start having nightmares all the time. You feel itchy and weird and like crawling in your skin because of the entities that are crawling around in that person. And I say this shit to be so, like, I'm saying it so truthfully, and it's such an urgent message for people because so many humans are being fed upon by parasitical energies, whether it's entities in your body because of foods you're eating and you're not having good hygiene and good toxicity, or whether it's spiritual parasites because you're letting people plug into you or sexually be in your energy that are not clean. They are not spiritually clean and aligned. And so they're actually feeding on your energy. And I'm still learning about this. So I'm not in no way claiming to be a master of this yet, but I will be, because that's what I do. I always am going to take every challenge and I will learn from that shit. I will study it. I will observe it and I will process it until I've really got everything I needed to learn from it. And then I will master it and then share it with the world, because that is my way. That it is the way. That is the way for me. So if you are with somebody and you are feeling like you just feel like you're crawling in your skin when you're around them, you feel irritated. You don't know why, but just you feel agitated, irritated because of their energy. Like it feels like something's climbing or crawling on you. I've had this happen where I genuinely felt like in the movie Spider-Man 3 that when I would be with a person, be around them, I would feel like black slimy stuff crawling on me. It was just a feeling. And now I understand to listen to that. Back then, I was just like, that's weird. That's a weird feeling. I don't understand it. But I'm here to help some of you advance faster if you want to listen and learn. And I'm also here to call out the ones who are doing this shit and let you know that you guys are dumb motherfuckers, because anybody who goes in and tries to feed off of a divine being that is divinely protected and divinely aligned with Source God, and they are living their mission, they're just here to help the world. And you come in and try to fuck up their world, you come in and try to glitch them, trip them, take from them, block their blessings, take their abundance, go around and slander their name to try to ruin their reputation, to try to ruin who they are, and try to turn people away from the light. You try to go and take and siphon from their physical life force. You are going to get such fucked up karma. I promise you. I promise. And the people, if there are any of those people that were doing that to me that are listening, you all know, because it's happening. Or it's just started happening, or it's been happening, but it's going to happen. And I say this with such confidence and such clarity from spirit coming through me right now, because there is a spiritual law that you are to never mess with another human's free will against their free will. You're never, that is a spiritual no-no to go in and fuck with someone's free will. So anyone who's doing it, I don't give a shit if it's a pharmaceutical company fucking with people's free will, if it's Hollywood fucking with people's free will, any little sex cults and covens that think that it's okay to fuck with another's free will, do little kitchen witch spells and black magic bullshit to try to hurt someone or fuck with them. I promise you, if you're doing it to someone like me, you're going to have such karma coming back to you. Now, some people aren't as educated, but I'm going to do what I can to help remedy that. I'm going to do my part, which is what Source God has me on planet Earth to do, where I'm going to be speaking up about this shit to help all the people that are innocent, that don't understand what's happening. Like I used to be. I used to not understand what all was happening because it was such a dark thing. I didn't even want to look into it. I felt it. I sensed it, but I was too afraid to look. So my messages here today are to the ones that are being messed with. Don't be afraid to look. Open your eyes, open your spiritual inner eye and see. And it may horrify you to see that someone who's laying by you, saying they love you, who's right next to you, that's pretending to be your friend, actually wants to kill you, actually wants to take your life force, actually wants to trip you so that you fall on your face, fuck up your life. They want to humiliate you. They want to steal from you and rob you blind because they don't give a fuck about you. Will that be confronting? Yes, it's going to be fucking confronting to see the truth of that. But will you be free and liberated once you do? And then you make your healthy choices to cut those cords, call your power back, clear your energy field, clear your home, put down the boundaries, set up the barriers so the energetic barriers are there and you do not consent. And I want anyone listening today that is healthy to out loud say, I do not consent to lower frequencies siphoning on my energy in this and any and all timelines. I call my power back to me. I call back my sovereignty. I call back my power. I am divinely protected. I am divinely provided for. And no lower energies have permission to siphon off of my energy, my loved one's energy, feed into my life force, feed into anything to do with my life on this or any timeline. And so it is. Repeat that if you need to, because it was coming through me fast. But you have power, humanity. Every one of you has power. If there are energies feeding off of you and siphoning from your energy field, you have power to call back your energy. You have the power to say, I do not consent. I rebuke and revoke all of these lower energies, and they must leave my body, my mind, my energy field, and my home now. I've done this, and weirdly, that was exactly when a so-called friend moved out of my house very rapidly, and when a so-called lover was out of my house within a month. He left within days, but then came back for a little quick, I guess, just to try to see what he could take a little bit more. And then he was out. So there's power in stating your intentions out loud. I live this. I can tell you that and stand on it, that if you want good energy in your world, call it out. If you want bullshit not to be in your life, you're done with bullshit and you want it out, then call it out, clear it out, affirm it, state it, and claim it. And those that are doing this stupid shit, I'm sorry, it's almost laughable to me spiritually to think like I am not an arrogant person. I am a very knowing soul. And I know how much I am one with Source God. And I know the spiritual warrior I am that is on planet Earth that has been through fucking so much shit. It would blow your minds. And so anybody coming to play stupid games with me, it almost is comical at this point. Like, are you fucking serious? Do you really want to go there? You know what I'm saying? But for those that are listening, that are doing this stupid shit or have done it to me or are still trying to do it to others, your time is up. Your time is fucking up. The ancestors, the angels, Source God, Mother Earth herself is shaking these fools off of planet Earth. And these energies that want to keep doing this low vibrational bullshit, trying to take from innocent, loving people who were loving them, who were genuinely caring about them, it's done. It's done in Tawnya Love's world. And the more and more people that are getting inspired and the more of us that are messengers of this, because there is many messengers. I guarantee you if I've got this coming through me hot, there are other souls having this message coming through hot. Because it's time. It's time for evolution. It is time for ascension. And the souls that are going to continue choosing lustful, low vibrational, self-serving energy are going to have their narcissistic collapse. They're going to fuck their own lives up. And any of you that want to even sit around and think for a second that I'm doing anything to you, that I can clear up really quickly. Nope. I would never, because I'm way too fucking spiritually aware. I am so spiritually aware that I know better than to sit around and do stupid kitchen witch spells on anybody. I know better than to be preying on someone's downfall. I know better than to go out and slander innocent people's names because I'm trying to convince the world that they're exactly what you are. Like the people that are doing the corrupt shit are the loudest ones usually out there trying to destroy some innocent person's life. So pay attention. And the people, from my perspective, I look at it as a cleansing no matter what, because like when my ex was spreading so much slander about me and the ex-friend, my ex so-called friend who ended up marrying him. So sit and ponder that for a minute. But those people slandered me so bad and they had family members turn against me, all kinds of shit. And what I really looked at it like, was it kind of like heartbreaking in the moment back then? Yes, back then it was a bit heartbreaking. Where I sit today in my awareness, anybody who wants to instantly turn on me and believe a bunch of false bullshit and then hate on me was just looking for a reason to. So I can see they're just revealing they were never a friend. So any people in the community that wanted to go and latch on to gossip and just think terrible things about Tawnya Love because somebody in their bullshit toxicity wanted to go and slander and spread terrible rumors about me, then that's exactly, like, to me, that is a blessing because those people weren't my friends. Because somebody who's really your friend and cares about you would come and talk to you and be like, dude, I heard some weird fucking shit. Like these people were saying this, this, and this. And then they give you a chance to go, what the fuck? Like they were saying that? They give you a chance to actually speak up for yourself. But weak people that are already secret haters, they're just waiting for a chance to have a reason to out loud hate you and have people to sit in a little powwow circle and talk shit about you. So my message to those people is the karma that you put out, all the energy, what, like I said, I think there was a few podcasts ago where I was talking about warding off black magic. Like I said, you cannot believe in gravity and then go jump off a cliff and you will get your education on gravity. You cannot believe in karma and keep fucking with divinely protected innocent beings and see what happens and see the consequence, because what you put out is coming back to you. And for me, I have the power to claim my own sovereignty and to affirm my own spiritual firewall, my own barriers and boundaries around me. So anybody sends shit to me, I'm going to alchemize it. I'm going to alchemize that shit and I'm going to take the mud they're throwing and throw it onto a wall and put a brick on it. And I'm going to build the empire of love and heaven on earth. So you can throw your slanderous bullshit. I'm going to just keep building with it. And all of the toxic intentions that you sent to me are returning to you 1,000-fold. 1,000-fold. Because I can call that. I can call my own intention on what people do and what is going back. So you guys want to keep sending bullshit my way, you can, and it will be coming back to you 1,000-fold. And some humans are really ignorant because, again, lower frequency humans, they reside in such a lower energy that they're all very short-sighted. It's all about stealing that quick little money or just getting some sex from somebody that's unsuspecting and thinks they love them, but they're just trying to get their thrills. Oh, it's just about getting their ego hit, so they're going to go and fuck around with some other girl and they're having 5 or 6 side chicks because they want to play with all of them and they don't give a fuck. They don't care about a big picture. They're just quick fix, instant gratification fools, right? But I'm telling you, you can think that you're getting away with stuff, but karma has this beautiful way of coming back in the divinely aligned time, and it doesn't always come instantly. I have observed, though, I feel personally, and you guys can comment about this if you've noticed it, in the comments, let me know. Have you noticed in your own personal world or with people around you that it seems like karma is coming in faster? Question. Because for me, I feel like I've noticed that. I've noticed that karma seems to be coming back to people a lot faster. But even if it looks like someone's getting away with something, like let's just say some of the fucking so-called leaders of countries that are awful, 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 awful toxic beings, it can be heart-wrenching to an empath to be like, why is this happening? Why is this being allowed? Why are they not getting any consequences or any karma? I'm promising you, those motherfuckers are going to get their karma. Those fools will be getting their karma. And it might be years from now. It might just come one sunny day where everyone's like, oh my God, the karma finally came. But it will come. I promise you. And for some souls, they can be in such positions of leadership and responsibility where they think they can just do whatever they want to people. They can run all over people until they are humbled and brought to their knees. And it might be in this lifetime. It might be in another lifetime. Because like I said, very short-sighted, very ignorant to spiritual wisdom and spiritual mastery, very ignorant to the spiritual way of things, right? So this journey is a spiritual journey. It's eternal. It's eternal. You being in a human meat suit is like a blink of an eye, and then you might be in another meat suit or on a different timeline or a different star system, but the karma will follow you. So you will be paying that karma back, whether you want to believe it or not. So if you watch Avatar, I love the movies Avatar, and they really do a great job of showing that in the movie over the course of like a long life, and how some of them even die in their human meat suits, right? But then they're reincarnated and they have them come back. Their consciousness is like stored, and then they put it into an avatar, like the really fucked up Marine guy that just, not while I'm breathing, you know, that guy. I'm trying to think of his fucking name, but anyways, that guy, the Colonel, he is a good representation of a soul that is ignorant as fuck to his behavior. And in the last Avatar, he's literally hooking up with one of the girls. Sadly, the dark witch that thinks she's powerful, she's actually traumatized from fire and death that she saw that was at the hands of his call. If you really watch those movies, he's the one that called all that death and destruction to her family, to all the ancestors of the Na'vi that she lived with. And then she becomes a dark queen. So the girls, these boys and girls that are in cults and covens that want to feel a sense of power, you guys need to go sit with your fucking shadows and look into why you think you have power in hurting others, why you think there's power in traumatizing others. Because I promise you, deep down in that psychology and in the shadow work that is calling for you, you have shit you need to heal connected to that trauma. And you could be hooking up and having sex with the very fucking villain that is the type of person that messed with your life. Like in the case of Avatar, that chick's like hooking up with him, and he's the very reason she's so traumatized. It's wild. But like when you really can see spiritually in a bigger perspective and bigger picture, you really pay attention to how shit cycles back around. Another great movie to watch if you want to really understand karma and understand reincarnation and just kind of get a visual of it is Cloud Atlas. Like that movie really does a great job of showing that as well. My point though with this podcast is, for one, I'm speaking up because for so long in my life, I was abused, punished, shamed, controlled into silence and submission. And that's over. This Tawnya Love, this new soul, this, like, it's not a new soul, I'm the same soul, but this evolved and aligned ascending soul that I am, she's speaking it out. I'm speaking up, I'm speaking the truth, and I'm calling shit out. I will call out beauty and I will call out the bullshit, and I will move accordingly. And I'm not afraid of it, because that darkness does not have power over me. Because any of you, even if you try to destroy me, my soul is eternal. It's a long journey, guys. It's a long journey. It's eternal. And so my soul knows to walk the straight and narrow, and to trust in source and in divine timing, and to trust in my divine protection and my divine support and guidance. And I have. And I, like I said recently, I live the book I wrote, Universal Trust Fund, baby. I took the leap and I've learned to live in surrendered trust. And some humans were not meant to be on my path forever. Some humans fucked up their chances to ascend with me, and they showed me clearly they were my enemies. They were never my friends. And for that, I thank them because it helped me move correctly, and it helped me have absolutely no remorse in cutting those energies and those ties and leaving behind what was never worthy or sacred to be in my space in the first place. And so for any of you listening that actually feel like you're having people do this shit to you, don't walk around and be a victim, or don't try to normalize hookup culture and just think, oh, I guess I'm just the girl that everyone fucks with and lies to. Well, then stop being that girl. Start calling your power back and start moving with fucking awareness, and realize the little cowards for who they are. Realize who are the toxic people that are takers. You can learn to master this. I have. You can learn to master pattern recognition. Pay attention. All that's required is paying attention, and you will see the patterns. And once you recognize them, you can cut off energies without feeling any remorse. And you start to move with greater mastery and self-sovereignty. Source God provides, blesses you, and might even want you to start a podcast so you start speaking up on truth. So if you trust in the divine will carry you through and will keep elevating you. But don't be so afraid of your power that you let other people who are ignorant and toxic lie to you and deceive you, and you follow them. Because I've done that in my life and it was awful. I've always felt like where it felt wrong, and it felt like this does not feel like the right place for me. Like, why is this person treating me so badly? But once I healed, and this is why you have to actually heal the toxic shit that happened to you whenever it happened to you, because until you do, you will keep being drawn to that kind of energy and not even know why. It's like the really good, loving men or women will seem boring to you because they're not bringing chaos to you. And so you'll keep going to the chaos, and you'll totally discard the really good ones. And sadly, some of those humans that treated me badly, that's what they're going to sit with. They're going to realize, man, I had a really amazing woman. She was fucking loyal, dedicated, devoted, honoring, sexy as fuck, sensual, beautiful, creative, goddamn amazing cook, alchemist, could grow plants out of thin air. Like, they will remember the magic. They will remember what they had, and they will know and remember that they fucked it up. And so part of the sadness with people that don't heal is they really never have a fulfilling life. They just keep fucking up their own life. For me, I'm not going to do that. For you, the ones I'm reaching out to, the ones that there's still hope for you, if you're a healthy person that you feel people are taking advantage of you and fucking with you, pay attention, wake up, call your power back, cut them out. When they blow up and have a fight with you, lock that door, permanently lock it, change the fucking locks. Do not give them the code. If they try to text you, call you, do not talk to them. Because I'm telling you one thing I've learned. It's so accurate. I've learned so much about narcissism, and I will be doing some podcasts about narcissism and ways to like really find, where you can see signs that you're dealing with a narcissist. But one thing that I really have learned is the only way to win with a narcissist is not to even play. Because they're going to try to spin the narrative. They're going to try to gaslight. So even if you are trying to be conscious and calm and have a calm conversation with them, they're going to twist it all up. They're not going to listen. They're going to try to accuse you of doing what they're doing. So it's just going to make you frustrated. You're going to feel angry. You're going to lower your frequency. So that's their whole thing. Their whole thing is to get you to lower your frequency. Their whole thing is to I'm going to drop on my phone. Their whole thing is to siphon energy from you. However, and narcissists don't give a fuck. They kind of love it if it's chaotic. They love to come and do something, try to set you off, get a reaction. So then they can step back and go, look at her. Isn't she crazy? Meanwhile, nobody knows the shit they just put you through. Nobody knows the shit they were saying. Nobody knows what they were doing to probe you. It's like literally a narcissist. What I get a visual is like one of those ignorant farmers that walks through with a hot poker, electric poker, and pokes the cow. And then the cow's like, roar, and it's freaking out and kicking. But it's the one holding the fucking poker who's the bitch. That's the toxic bitch, right? So narcissists are toxic bitches. They actually think that you're just like cattle in their farm, that they can walk around and probe with an electric poker. They get a reaction from you, and then they step back and look, try to get the world watching, go, look at them. Aren't they crazy? Aren't I just the most amazing? Well, they're trying to make them look crazy. So if you want to have a healthy, peaceful life, just don't talk to them. Don't communicate with them, because they'll try to twist your words. They'll try to just piss you off. They don't care about connection. They just want the attachment. They want to feed like a parasite. Like a parasite wanting to feed off your body until it strips you of all your nutrients. That's what narcissists are. They don't give a fuck about your well-being. They don't give a fuck about your mental health and your peace. In fact, they're very happy when they're fucking it up because they're ignorant. They don't even realize that once they destroy a soul, that they just lost something, because all they care about is they'll eat everything they can. They'll suck the siphoned energy as fast as they can. Excuse me, a little tickle. And then they'll move on to their next victim. And if you've been fucked with by a narcissist, you know what I'm talking about. You know? So, this is the message today. Everyone that's out there, karma's real. Karma is fucking real. You can call it whatever name you want. Like I said, in science, they call it the law of cause and effect. If you are a science nerd, cause and effect, it's real. Go research it. If you like the word karma, it's real. Pay attention. What you're putting out is coming back to you. And you may think you got away with it because it didn't come back instantly. And for some, and another message I'm getting right now. If you're divinely chosen, like divinely protected being, like a higher frequency being, you're going to kind of naturally, you're not going to naturally do this, but your frequency is such a bright light. It's kind of almost like an electric bug light that's on. Bugs are going to come and be drawn to it. But if you hold your power, they can get zapped right on out of your field. If you don't have healthy boundaries, it's like you're this bright light and then energies just come in and feed on you. And they take until your light is gone. They will feed on you. And so you want to be very mindful and you want to have good boundaries. And the karma for people that are doing these awful things, like until they have the self-awareness to really want to face themselves, kind of like when you look at the last Avatar, that Colonel guy, he had an opportunity to actually bond with his son and go with the Navi and like go and heal and like redeem things. He had that opportunity and he chose to jump into hellfire. And to him, in his ignorance, he thinks that's better. Like, I'd rather just jump into hellfire and look like a badass. And aren't I a badass? No, you're an ignorant fool that would rather leap to your fucking death than go and face what you've done. Ignorance. And so souls that are ignorant will keep making ignorant fucking choices, and they will keep suffering, and they will keep creating that karmic loop for themselves for eternity, if that's what it takes. But for those of you listening that don't want to be a part of that lower shadow frequency, and you don't want to be around people who are trying to steal from you, who are trying to destroy you, who are trying to block your blessings, get away from them. And energetically, when you keep those kind of energies in your world, in a sense, a lot of times I know I carry a divine protection. So when someone's in my bubble, they're getting that divine protection. They're in the bubble of it. They're under my umbrella, Ella, right? So they're under that spiritual umbrella. But if they're there to take me down and they're there as false friends, they're a fake fucker trying to seem like they care about me, they don't need to be under my umbrella. And I have observed that when I pull my energy back and say, no, bitch, you can go. life will teach you now. Because I was pouring into you and you want to disrespect me, you can go. Source God will handle, the ancestors will handle you. Your karma will come to you. Life will teach you. I don't need to do it. And this is why a message that's so important is, if people hurt you, do not try to get revenge. Don't try to seek revenge. Be wiser. Trust that the divine will handle it. Let that, what is, there's this, I just saw a post the other day. It said something about not going after revenge because rotten fruit will fall itself. And it's so true. Toxic people will take themselves down. You don't have to go and take revenge. If people are being awful to you, you just need to get away from them and realize, nah, like they just want conflict. They want chaos. They want to argue with me. They want to fight with me. They want to drag my energy down. Fuck that. I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing the divine. And it might seem scary if you're a person that is very codependent. If you have been raised through abuse and you've codependently been taught to attach and like people please and all this, it's going to be confronting for you. But don't be afraid to sit in your stillness. If you have to lay in your bedroom for a week staring at the ceiling, processing what just happened, going on walks in nature, not be around people for a while, then do that. Because the most important choice you could ever make is self-healing. It's the most important and most empowering choice. So many people wasting all their money on alcohol, drugs, getting their hair done. And I like to get my hair done. There's no problem with getting your hair done or doing your makeup or having cute outfits. But if you're doing that at the cost of your healing, you're living ignorantly. It doesn't matter how cute your makeup is. If your soul's dark and dirty as fuck, it don't matter how much makeup you have. If you drive a really nice car or a shit kickbox car, if you basically, ride your bike to work and your soul is being shined, you're going to do better and you'll get a nice car again one day. My point is, don't let the material world, this materialistic energy, seduce you away from your own soul's alignment and integrity and shine. And to those who have tried to pretend to be my friend or lover and all they cared about was taking from me or trying to take my position, thinking they could take my gifts or they could take my life or take my partners, fuck you. That's what I gotta say. Fuck you. I forgive you, but also fuck you. And for those that are doing their work and who are working and they're facing their shadow and they're doing what they need to do to be a great person and they're having the courage to walk alone, because goddamn do I understand the path of being alone. I used to jokingly say that my life song was Here I Go Again on My Own by Whitesnake. But you know what? I kind of like it. I don't mind it. I actually love my alone time. And I do feel like I'm bringing in people that are authentic right now. And I'm not afraid of being with having one or two friends or being by myself completely. But I'm open to soul family. I'm definitely open to that concept of good, honoring soul family. I just feel like there's no panic about it. And for you out there, if you've been taught that you just need to have all these friends to feel worthy, it's such a high school bullshit kind of perspective to think you need a bunch of friends. Who gives a fuck, right? I genuinely don't give a fuck. I feel like my authentic self is what brings me fulfillment. If I'm being authentic, if I feel at peace with myself, if I'm loving myself, I'm good. I don't need a bunch of validation. I don't need a bunch of people ego stroking me. I don't give a fuck about it. And the truth is, all of you that are putting a lot of energy into that, if you think that you need the world to love and adore you, you need 1 million people to like your comments on social media, that's coming from your ego. There is nothing authentic there. There's nothing sustainable there. And that's why you always feel like you need more. For me, if I get a genuine comment from someone on a podcast or a genuine comment, people don't always comment on my podcast, but they'll send me instant messenger and, just telling me, man, Tawnya, I needed every word of that. Thank you so much. Or someone, some guy commented recently and he's like, I really appreciate you. He's like, thank you so much for what you do. And I'm like, you're welcome. I love authentic, genuine connection, but I also don't need the validation. And I feel like the reason I'm saying this for all of you listening is the more you step into that power where you don't need it, then whatever's meant to come will come, but you won't be controlled by the noise of the world. And that is fucking powerful. There's something so empowering about that. Someone could love what I have to say today, and in 2 weeks, they might be judging what I have to say because something about it is confronting them and it's triggering something. And it's none of my business. If someone's complimenting me today or hating on me tomorrow, it's all about them. And so if someone's showing love and honor, I appreciate the energy of honor. If someone's showing disrespect, I will move away from it. But I love and honor myself at all times. And so the big message here is all of you are being called to love and honor yourself at all times. And as you do that, you won't want to be little dark, weak witches and warlocks pretending you're more powerful, fucking over people, trying to hurt people, and playing God. Because Source God will educate your asses. It will. You will be humbled. Your powers will be stripped. Your money and wealth will be taken. If you're doing that to others, it will be taken from you to teach you a lesson. And not even because it's trying to hurt and harm you. It's to teach you a fucking lesson so that you in your spiritual journey learn the power of alignment, the power of integrity, the importance of being authentic, the importance of being honoring, the importance of love, because the frequency of love and authenticity are the highest on the spiral. The lower energies, lust, hate, jealousy, fear. So you as humans, you all have a choice of where you want to reside. And every day might be a challenge in the beginning of where you're going to go because you're used to being in hell. But you all have the choice to enter heaven on earth. And it's through frequency. Ponder that, my friends. And if you want to reach out for a session or you have comments you'd like to share, I welcome them. Just keep them respectful. Namaste.